This is part 2 of my series on how to grow your Instagram account in 2020. In the last video, you can check that out here. I showed you the basics of how to run Instagram story ads to grow your account quickly, and it did so well that you guys wanted a part 2, so this is a follow-up to that. You'll want to watch part 1 because this one won't make any sense otherwise, so pause this video right now and go watch that first, and then come back and watch this one. So without wasting any more time, I'm gonna show you how to gain real followers super quickly in this video. If you've ever wanted to grow your account without posting 7 times a day, spending hours curating hashtags, this is the video for you. So pay close attention and follow these steps and you'll get thousands of followers each day. So let's begin. So in the last video, I showed you how to run Instagram story ads. Now I'm gonna teach you how to get super targeted so you grow even faster and reach the perfect demographic for your account. In other words, this is going to accelerate your growth by 3 to 10 times faster than any other method. For context, what I'm about to show you ensures that you're targeting people who are extremely similar to the people who already follow you. Yes, you can do that, and yes, it works like magic. I am not kidding. Go into Ads Manager under the traffic campaign that you've already created. I'm gonna go ahead and use this one because I already have a traffic campaign set up. What we wanna do is create a new ad set. We're going to name it Engaged 365 Days Lookalike 1%. You'll see why in a second. Leave the settings under traffic as website and scroll down to where it says audience. Now you're going to create a new custom audience based on your existing Instagram followers. This is asking you what the source is, and that's Instagram. So obviously go ahead and click Instagram business profile. Then you'll select your Instagram account. You'll have to make sure that your Instagram account is connected to your business manager first in business settings before you can do this. Next up is to choose the type of people you want to include in your audience. This is based on how they interacted with your profile. First, we have everyone who engaged with your business. This is the one that you want to choose because it encompasses all the other criteria. The other options are subpopulations of this one, and you want to be sure that you capture everyone. Now, notice how it doesn't say Instagram followers because it doesn't allow you to target your followers directly, but this is pretty close and it includes people who don't already follow you, but may have checked out your posts or profile at some point, which is even better. So leave the time period as 365 days. We'll call this audience Engaged with IG 365. You want to be specific so it's easier for you to find later on and you know exactly what this audience is. It can get really confusing if you have a lot of audiences but don't give them proper names. So just go ahead and click create. Notice how Facebook gives you the option to create a lookalike audience. So go ahead and select that. And Facebook has made it super easy by populating everything already for you on this screen. As for the location, I would use some common sense here. Pick the country where most of your followers are from. You can always change the location at the ad set level to either expand it or filter out certain locations. Remember, this is just the lookalike audience. So right now, I'm just going to leave it as US. Now you have your audience size. This range of percentages simply means how similar your lookalike audience is going to be to your audience source. So 1% just means that it's going to be the closest in characteristics to your current followers, and 10% means it's going to be a lot different from your followers. So if you want to get followers quickly, you want to choose the audience that's closest to your current following, and that's why we're going to leave it at 1%. And just for demo purposes, you can move the slider to create audiences that are 3%, 4%, 5%, etc. And so the more that you move the slider, the larger your population is going to be. But we're not gonna worry about that for now. We're just gonna create 1% lookalike audience. So now you can see that the lookalike audience we just created automatically populated here. Now I'm gonna remove our source audience, so this engaged with Instagram 365 right here, because you wanna make sure that you don't run your ads to people who already follow you. So let's remove that and exclude them because we don't want people who already follow us to see our story ads and ask them to follow us. That's kind of redundant. And you'll also end up getting a lot of people unfollowing you, so make sure you exclude that. So here's where you set your location. I would remove US and put worldwide. This is because the US is the most expensive country to run ads to. So if you're only spending $5 a day, that's not really going to get you any followers if you're only targeting the US. Our goal is to get Instagram followers quickly, so you want to target worldwide because it's a lot cheaper to run ads in other countries and you'll get a lot more followers for a lower ad spend, especially if you have a small budget. Now, for the age, I might reduce it to 13 just so that we have an even bigger population. I want to let Facebook's algorithm do its magic and match the right people for me. It's really up to you, but what you choose here really depends on the age of your current followers. If you have followers who are younger, then you'll want to adjust the age group accordingly. If your followers are typically older, then you may only want to target people who are above the ages of 40 or 50 and so on. But if you're unsure, I would set it to 18 and above as a default and include all men and women. That way Facebook's algorithm will just optimize and find the right people for you. Now, the detailed targeting is where you would normally put in your interests, behaviors, or other characteristics. Typically, this would be used if you're testing a completely cold audience, but we're not doing that, so we're gonna leave this blank. The idea with your lookalike audience is that it already has all the characteristics of your current followers built into it, so you don't need to do any additional detailed targeting. This part is completely optional based on your Instagram page theme and what kind of account you have. So let's say you're a wedding photographer and you only want to target people who are engaged or in a relationship because those are the clients that will qualify for your services. You can do that here, but again, it really depends on what kind of followers you want to attract to your page. So now we're gonna do manual placement and deselect everything except for Instagram stories only. Set your budget to whatever you're comfortable with. Again, the minimum for Instagram stories is $5. Your budget is going to directly affect how many followers you get each day. So if you spend more, you'll get more followers. If you spend less, your growth will be a little bit slower. So adjust that to whatever you are comfortable with, $5 being the minimum. The last step is to create your Instagram story ad itself. I showed you how to do this in my last video, so you can check that out in the description box below. But basically, all you'd have to do is choose an engaging photo, add some text that gives people a good reason to follow you, and make sure that you write swipe up to follow so people know to swipe up on your ad. In the website URL, put your Instagram profile link so that when people swipe up, they're taken to your Instagram page and can choose whether or not to follow you. Then just hit review and publish. So as you can see, the setup is super simple and easy to grow your Instagram account by running ads. In the last video, you were basically running ads to completely cold audiences, as in you know that there are people who may be interested in your theme, whatever your fashion or lifestyle or whatever your Instagram page is about, but by creating these lookalike audiences, Facebook automatically matches new people who look like your current followers, and they kind of do the job for you in finding similar people to follow you. And this is how you grow your Instagram account a lot faster on a small budget. Other things you can do to grow your account even faster is create multiple lookalike audiences. So those 2%, 3%, 7% audiences. And you can also duplicate your ad sets based on which ones are getting you the most clicks and followers. So those are things that you should pay attention to after your ads have been active and delivering for a few days. As a general rule of thumb, it's always good practice to review your ads to make sure that you're optimizing your ad budget and making sure that you're not wasting any money. That means turning off the ads that are not doing so well and then duplicating the ones that are doing well. Always analyze the data and make decisions based on your results. So that's how you accelerate your Instagram account growth and get more followers super quickly by running Instagram story ads. Like I've mentioned before, this is the same technique that I use on all client pages that I manage and have grown their accounts to over 500,000 followers. So if you learned something from this video or you got value from it, it would mean the world to me if you smash that like button, because it really does help to grow this channel. And if you want to learn more about Instagram growth, Facebook ads, or all things social media marketing, it would mean the world to me if you subscribed, because I upload new videos every week. Until next time, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!